I'm live. Hi, 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 Bethy. Welcome in. I can't. When I first go live, I'm not at the screen where it shows me what I look like, so it takes me a minute to like get back to that and make sure that you can see me. I love the thumbnail because whenever I wrap ba- banros in one of my crochet things like a shawl, I think he looks like he's ready to play the Virgin Mary in a nativity play. He's like, yes, what child is what kid is this, man? Actually, it's the family. Anyway, hi everyone. Darla, Bethy, Antipodia, Crazy and Queer. Wow, lots of people here. Hi. Good to have you all here. I have so many things I want to talk about, but now I'm like brain empty. Only goats. Let me know what you're working on, what you're drinking, or if you're just hanging out. That's cool too. How was your Saturday going? First time catching a stream of yours. Only found your channel yesterday. Wow. Thanks for diving right in. I'm. It's always really an honor when someone chooses to like make my channel part, like find my channel and is like, yes, this is what I want to spend time on, because I love it when I find channels like that, and so like it's great to be that kind of feeling for someone else. So yeah, welcome. About to start on some inventory while I listen. Yeah, inventory can be a slog, so hopefully I can make that more enjoyable for you. Um, so scrunchies to start, and drinking lots of Sunny D and Propel. Nice, yeah. I have like a impromptu whip parade later, but first I should go ahead and start. I was thinking about what can I do to like make sure I have something fun and that I won't run out of things to talk about during lives. And at the same time, I was thinking, well, I kind of want to start offering merch, because like it sounds weird, but like, okay, I'm trying not to let my imposter syndrome speak for me, but I'm like I I feel like it would I mean hopefully people would like that, but also it would help me to know that that dyeing yarn isn't my only stream of income. Like I think I need to kind of have a network of different things that can support me. So also like I often take note of like, puns and stuff will come to me, and people seem to love that. So I'm like, well, that could be a good sticker. So or something like that. But it takes work to actually translate that into a design. But what I do have is a bunch of charts that I made for Pride last year. Of they're not my large charts that are on my Etsy store that is in my about section now, but I haven't put it on the banner as a button because if you know, those charts are kind of spicy. They're like um, pride or goth themed pinups in the pixel art style. So I didn't want unsuspecting people to click on them, but to go with them, when I was trying to offer them as stickers at one point, I thought, well, I could also offer a just like the pride themed lips that In most cases, it was the lips I had drawn for the person, but sometimes it didn't look quite right as its own sticker, so I kind of played with it. But that's a safe for work thing that kind of has the same feeling as my art. So I was thinking, well, it's a really simple chart. I could just go through it with y'all as a color color work chart, and then I could offer that as a free pattern, and also like put it on mugs and stuff. So plus there's my logo, which would probably be a good start for the any merch I might want to have. Ooh, let's catch up on the chat. I'm working on a swimsuit, going to be in California for a couple days, and next month. Excited for the beach. Yay! Welcome to California preemptively. If you feel comfortable saying where in the state you're going to be, like north, south, but no no pressure to say that. But yeah, the beach is so great. Like I feel the ocean in my blood. I'm like, yeah, I've decided that since I am close enough to the beach to get there by bus, I need to go every month. Like, and it doesn't have to be a big, expensive trip. Just like go by bus, get some snacks from Walgreens or Safeway, which are both right there by the beach that I go to, and then just sit on the beach for a while and crochet. That was where I started this project. I'm waiting on a quote to get my logo. Nice, yeah. That's an exciting step. So good luck with that. Right, I wanted to show you a couple of the charts that the like Pride Lips series that I want to do. These are just the art form, not really in chart form, but I didn't set up the screen. How did I do this last time? Window capture, possibly. San Diego area. It's for a military graduation. Cool. Sorry, I'm trying to see if this works. Nope. Okay. Oh. Maybe that will work? No. Okay, well, I don't want to make you wait while I do that, but anyway, hopefully I can figure out by next time, because at least with, yeah, I think that what I can do is turn them into charts in the place I always use, which I forget what the name is right now, but it's oh yeah, Stitch Fiddle. It's really easy to turn at least pixel art into charts on that site. I haven't tried it with other art, but since the pixel art kind of is what crochet and cross stitch is. I mean, unless you're doing like a slanted or curving stitch, but so then I can download that into a window that I previously set up as a source to screen share, and that's what we can do next time. So I'm planning to do that starting next Saturday, and I'll have the free chart linked, and probably both on my website, like blog, and also in the description. Not sure if I can get stickers and stuff set up by then, but it would be fun to do all of that. So yeah, I guess it's kind of a Pride crochet along, but with lots of different things. So yay. And of course Pride is all year round here, so even though I think June will be over by then, but it, you know, doesn't really matter. Speaking of Thursday, I'm going to miss this week because I have a doctor's appointment, and I was thinking I'm not sure if the Thursday live really makes sense for me right now. Like I do like hanging out, just like I think if I had it just once a week, it would be a lot. It would give me more stuff to talk about and just feel more doable. So like I did just change the Sunday live to Saturday, so I'm not sure if I want to make a second big change, but at the same time I think that having the Saturday live will allow me to not cancel as much, which will make it more feasible for that to be the only live per week. So that's what I'm leaning toward, but let me know what you think. And one reason why I'm leaning away from the Thursday live is that one of the reasons I chose Thursday night was so that I wouldn't overlap with the Alt-Knots live streams, which at the time were Wednesday and Friday. So I think that I heard them say on one of their lives that they are going to be getting back to the Wednesday lives, which, you know, that's cool. But like in the past few weeks, like sometimes they've had a live on Thursday the same time when I'm live, and I'm like, well, I don't want to compete with them. Like I feel like my audience heavily overlaps with them, and I sort of I grew out of their audience, kind of, so I want to be there too. But so yeah, that's one reason I'm like I would rather be going live when I really want to go live, and not when I'm like I'd rather be at the Alt-Knots stream. So yeah. Anyway, so that's one thing. But we have some time to think about that if we want to, because next week, you know, won't be a Thursday stream, and then so there's more than a week until the next one would be. But speaking of logos and business stuff, I have an impromptu unboxing because I got my business cards from Moo, and I just hadn't opened them yet. So I did open the package just to make sure that I didn't need to bring the kitchen shears up here. Or one more thing. But I got these nice cards. I love this pun. It's all in the moose letter. So we like it so much we're subscribers too. Nice. I'm actually a subscriber to my own newsletter too. I'm not sure how that happened. I'm just like, okay. It was really funny when I did the test purchase for my website, which happened to be a skein of yarn that I actually wanted to buy, and so I got two emails. One was, nice, you just got an order, and the second one was the second one was, cool, thanks for shopping with us. So I was like, yes, you're welcome. Me. Just the beginning. I don't even know what I want to sell. Well, there's time to figure that out, and when you do know, then at least you have the logo. So that's cool. So I love how they wrapped it in this papery thing. It's a nice alternative to plastic. Oh yeah, I also got logo stickers. So I guess that's where these come from. Pardon me. I guess these are the default. These are not the ones I actually got. The ones I got are these. They look so good. I decided not to add the logo words for the small ones. I mean the name of my brand, because I was like, that at this point that's just more spoons than I have. So I'm gonna let the logo speak for itself, and then at some, like, if people ask, I can then ask what the sticker means, and someone who knows can be like, oh yeah, that's the sticker I got from so-and-so. My business cards do have the logo name on them though, because most people aren't psychic. Well, I have two boxes of varying sizes. I guess it's because I got 150, I think. So we'll look at the larger one. I assume they're all the same. I mean, they should all be the same, because that's what I ordered. They were held together by this paper. I'm going to put these in a stack on the shelf downstairs where my yarn is. Like, I got some hooks to hang the yarn on the outside of the shelves, along with the and on the actual shelves are my housemates' wares. Like, one housemate does pottery, one housemate does books and incense and like different thing, and art, and like different things in the witchy devotional polytheist world. So it's really cool to have that shelf where all of our wares are, and I feel like I'm in such good company. cover up my face so you can see the actual thing. It's so shiny. Thornwing Crochet, hand-dyed plant fiber yarn. Then it has my contact info, hand-dyed yarn for hot weather goths. I was a bit worried that the tagline would make people think, oh well, I'm not a hot weather goth, so it's not for me. But I realized, I'm probably just being a bit literal. I think that's the one of the things I have from being autistic. I'm like, well, if people don't know that, if people think, well, it's not for me, then they won't go here. But I think that it will be understood as just like, that's the vibe of my brand, and you're welcome to get yarn no matter what climate or style of clothing you have. So, yay, thank you, Darla. I put this back in the box. Oh, I think this tagline I just noticed on the sticker is probably referencing that famous quote by Sam Gamgee about taters, because it says, peel 'em, stick 'em, own 'em. So that's cool. What's business cards precious? Sam's like, I can't help you there. We don't have capitalism in Middle Earth. Wow. So, Wit Parade, I guess. There is one more update that I'll tell you about that after this. It's a book I read, which is awesome. So, this is my new Granny Square cardigan, and I love how each square, it's the same pattern, but you can't see the entire pattern from just one square unless you look close, because it's in my red and black colorway. So part of it, like only the red really stands out against the dark blue. And I've decided I'm going to make two strips kind of that go over the shoulders. Like I'll attach these into a line, and then it will kind of drape over my shoulders with two in the front and two in the back, and then one on the top. And then I'll add a few other bits that aren't really squares, but just like hems and like a strip for the front edge, and also the sleeves. I'm gonna do either some lace or like a different pattern. So I'm actually further along than I thought with the squares at least. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 completed, and then I have a 7th one in progress. So, hoping to expand to do the whole line from sheep to product. It seems like it would be well worth the effort. That would be cool. So like all of the wool processing, I assume. Yeah, I even though I focus on plant fibers, I do love all different kinds of fibers, and like finding out what people do with wool. So yeah. Speaking of, so the book that I mentioned, it just came out. It's by my friend who I met in the context of the Minoan pagan tradition that she helped found. This is Laura Perry, and she just wrote a fiction book set in the Minoan times, and it's called Leap. It's a gay romance, and it's a bit steamy, but not like blow by blows, so to speak. So, but yeah, I read it all in one night a couple nights ago and like cried the whole time, because one of the things that it does really well is it's just so it's not that the ancient Minoans were a perfect society, but like from our understanding in this group, like they didn't have capitalism in the same way that we do. So in the book, at least, they talk about how well of course people don't have to work to eat, like they're going to be taken care of, but it's great when people are able to find something that they love doing and that they're good at. And there's multiple mentions of people being happy when the children in their family find something that really seems to speak to them. And there's so much diversity. Like there's a non-binary character, and no one bats an eye if someone has a same gender partner. It feels like Night Vale in the sense that like often Cecil will just mention so and so and her wife, and that's just so normal in that context, and it's like, wow, it makes you want to live in Night Vale even with all of the weird stuff happening, because at least you know that you won't face homophobia. So that's kind of the feeling that I got from this book as well, and the author does a really good job just making it feel natural. And there's also a lot about the religious beliefs and practices that I've learned just from being in that group. It's the group's name, we're changing it from modern Minoan paganism to Ariadne's tribe. Not that you have to go and find out more, but if you are curious, that's the name to look up. Yes, like Sam the sheriff with they them pronouns. Yeah, it's like that. It's just like, well, of course, like we may not like so and so, but it's not even in question that they use they them, and that is the way that we that's just the basic respect to. So yeah, and it was cool because I recognized a lot of the like things that I've learned from being in that path as a polytheist, but just kind of woven into conversations. Like people would go, oh yeah, it's the festival of so and so soon, and of course like this god will be doing this, and like it's just a normal part of life. And there's a lot of really cool just descriptions of the food too. So I'm like, wow, I want to eat that. And yeah, it's a good book. I got it on Kindle, and it's not too expensive as an ebook, but yeah, it's Leap, as in bull leaping, which is the central part of the story. Leap by Laura Perry. So Not sponsored, obviously, but she is my friend. So anyway, all right, I've done that one. Well, I have this here. I just grabbed this to show an update. This is my curtain slash veil that I started a few months ago, several months ago, and I would love to finish it at some point. The blue is the blue linen that I got from Ice, and the purple is a mystery yarn that came from my friend. I'm not sure what I'm going to do if I finish this and then want to keep going, but I also might just finish it there, so we'll have to find out. But I would like to get it like out of my project bag and into just the shelves where I keep my finished items. But this is one of several projects that are all using my 2.5 hook, so I'm like, it just feels like a very slow, painstaking process since it's very fine yarn, which I love, but it's like, yeah, a lot. Oh yeah, I have one of the Winter Nightmares stitch markers, the tiny yoga skeletons, as I call them. Which I'm told like is now kind of the official name, so that's cool. Right, I was going to show you the actual yarn for my cardigan, but I forgot. So these are the first two skeins that I started with. They were the same size, but apparently this pattern uses more dark yarn, which makes sense. I'm doing a lot more double crochet than in blue than in red. With mosaic crochet, you have a pattern like this on the back, unless you do a double crochet that goes down past the previous line into or down past the previous row into the front loop of the row that you did before that. So like here's where I did not do the double crochet, so you can see the lines, but if I had wanted to, then I would catch one of these the left behind front loops, which is what I did up here. Hopefully that makes sense. So I guess the blue just has more space to cover because it's kind of the background of the pattern. And I did do 2 more cakes of it, of the next 2 skeins. Though I'm not even sure if I'm gonna need them. Like I dyed 4 skeins of each color for that project, but I'll probably use 1.5 at most. But at least I have the rest. And I'm finally working on June's square for the stitch and screen, which the blanket that all Knots is doing. I realized I can't do 1 stitch for the entire month, so I've just been like calling this my square for this month, since I'm doing it kind of with the rest of the Ghoul Squad, but I'm not doing the same stitch. So I've been choosing patterns for each month that kind of makes sense with where I am at the moment. So I kind of like how that will tell a story at the end of the year. It's almost like a quilt kind of, where you can look at each thing and go, oh yeah, that that makes me think of this part of my life. And so since I'm on a mosaic crochet kick right now, I'm doing a wave pattern from, I forget what the name is, but like there's this cowl that is like a bunch of ocean themed mosaic crochet patterns. So and I'm done with the wave. I had to cut the sides off because what I changed was too short, but it still looks good. Then I'm just about to start on the dolphin pattern, and all of this is because I've had a lot of stuff happening in my witchy, like, pagan world, with this month with Minoan Dionysus, who I know as the son of the sea, and connected with dolphins and stuff. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this one. And the yarn, I had some leftover Coraline from Boss Kitty. That's the dark blue sparkly yarn from my January square. I wonder if I have it in my bag. Nope, okay. The weird thing about mosaic crochet side to side is that you don't have it connected to a skein unless you're in the middle of a row, because you only ever work the front side. So you attach a new bit of yarn, go across, and then cut. So there's no turning your work. Oh, thank you. Yeah, once I found mosaic crochet, I was like, I love this. I mean, once I actually started doing it, and I had several people telling me that they were not surprised. I was like, well, I guess I'm not surprised either, but I'm it's kind of like when you come out and when you come out as gay and people are like, yeah, we know. So then for the wave, I did two. It's a very subtle contrast, but I did two different yarns. The first one is the bit I had left of the that one non-Halloween Hobie Sparkle universe that's like the blue, gray, and teal. I can't remember what that one is. Maybe Orion or something. So something like that. And the yarn chicken worked out perfectly. It is a very short end right here, but I had that much left at the end, which was kind of hard to do the last stitch, but it was I was like, yes, the chicken has blessed me. And it doesn't really matter that it's not as long as the other fringe, because this is going to be a square in the blanket, so it's not really going to keep the fringe. But for right now, I'm keeping it. And then when I ran out of that, I wanted something else with the same weight. One one weird thing that I was doing was doing the um, design in a like the weight pattern in a heavier weight of yarn and the background in a thinner weight, just to see how it works, and also because that was the scraps of yarn that I had that weren't kind of earmarked for other things. So next I held together two yarns to make the same weight. This isn't quite as teal as it looks on screen. It's a bit more pine green, and so this is one of the yarns that came from my friend, also in the mystery box, along with this. And this is the leftover Shalana ball from Lion Brand, which is discontinued, but it's the prism colorway. So I held those two together, and so far I've been in like the yellow, green, blue section of the rainbow. So it's been this really cool like kelp color for the waves, and I thought it looked kind of like phosphorescence. So, and then I decided to change yarn for the dolphin and use more mystery yarn from the same box. This really pretty purple wine color. Sure, you can guess why I wanted to use a wine color, considering. But so far I've only done the first couple of rows of that, so we can't really see the dolphin yet. But anyway, that's the square for this month that I'm doing. And actually, Banros is wearing one of my other whips, the grape shawl, which is coming along. I had to frog it a couple times, but like gradually, I'm still happy that I'm learning filet crochet, but it's like it was kind of a pain to make sure that I was decreasing enough on this edge. That was why I had to frog the first time. So this is also from Boss Kitty. It's the purple nurple. I was actually thinking about doing this while if I had time after sharing all the updates, but I'm not. Oh good, I did bring my crochet hook. But I actually remembered I have one more mosaic crochet pattern. I haven't worked on this one for a while, but I think I want it to be an altar cloth. The pattern is called Sparkle, and it's part of the, oddly enough, Christmas cow, which is funny because I'm making it into an altar cloth for a pagan god. So and speaking of, this is one of the skeins of yarn that I dyed. This is the only skein of this color, but I will probably do more after I use this up. But it's the Gwyn colorway for my patron. The name is and in the Moonfall, which is a line from a song that I sang in college, actually, when I was studying voice. It's from the Mystery of Edwin Drood, the song Moonfall. So I always loved that song, and once I met Gwen, I looked back and thought, that kind of makes me think of him. Like, I almost feel like I was thinking of him without knowing that it was him back then, because I often have that feeling where, like, I was looking for someone or something but didn't know who, but then I met Gwen and I was like, oh, that's who I was looking for. That's awesome but kind of terrifying. So anyway, that's the star, the color for the stars, and the background is this, which I don't really know the name of the color, but I got it from my local yarn shop, and I have a tag on it that I'm not sure if this is the name, but it says 247 Whale Road, which is a great phrase. So but I love how this looks like both the ocean and kind of deep space. It actually looks more purple on the camera than it is. It's a combination of purple and blue. And it will not focus. Okay. I'm not sure if it's trying to focus on the smallest goat's eyes. Okay. I think I will be making 9 repeats of this pattern. I've done 3 so far, so, or I'm in the third repeat. Here's my bag. Let's see, other news. My new shipment of yarn from Knit Picks finally came, and it includes both fingering and worsted weight, so I can put some worsted weight things up on the website. I'd love to have feedback about what kinds of colorways people would like to see in worsted, and I think this will be the first time that I'm dyeing that, except for the mini skeins that I did, which I also got a whole bunch of mini skeins. The fingering weight ones are to go on the website, mostly at least, and the worsted weight ones are for the workshop I'm going to be doing at the in-person hearth event. I'm going to teach people a simple lace stitch, and I thought, well, a great way to do that would just be to dye up some mini skeins, so they have some yarn, and they have an example of my yarn. So I'm going to give them a choice of either, these are 3 skeins twisted together of either 2 red and a black or 2 black and a red. I would have loved to do a whole bunch of different color combos, but I feel like that would just be too much. But at some point before the workshop, I'm going to make sure that this is a good amount of yarn for what I want to do. I'm not sure if I can skein these up on my yarn winder. It might look weird, but maybe I could just wind them by hand too. I'm actually going to do that now just to see how it works. Because I wouldn't do that with a big skein because they can get tangled easily, but I don't think these will. I never actually worked with mini skeins before now. Until I started dyeing them. Is that something that y'all have done? Oh yeah, this seems like it's pretty easy to keep it untangled with this, but it does answer my question, do I want to let the people I'm teaching do this? And I don't, because I think like it still takes some skill to hold it in a way that won't tangle it. So I'm just going to pre-wind them before the workshop. I will probably try my yarn winder because that'll be faster, and also like I'm not sure if this will work out into a non-tangled thing. I'm hoping. Also, like having tiny cakes of yarn would be cute. I'm just not sure if I would need a shorter spindle or something. But we'll find out. Also, like, I feel like cakes of yarn look so professional. Compared to just like hand wound, not. There. It's actually more yarn than I expected, because these are each 10 grams, so like they have a very tiny amount of yardage because they're worsted weight. So. Yeah, I'm excited for the workshop and for vending and like for dyeing more yarn for the website too. Even though Pride Month is over, there's still more Pride things that I want to dye. Like I want to dye more of the trans colorway. And there are a few more flags that I was like, I want to try. And people don't have to wait till Pride Month to get Pride yarn, so I'm trying to balance between like having seasonal things that people will probably want to buy right then, and also just things that I want to have whenever people want them, just in stock. But yeah, these are each 16 yards, I think, because it's worsted weight. So just so 10 grams of that doesn't go as far as finer weights of yarn. And these are both dyed with just the pure black and red dyes that I have. So it's kind of cool to see how the black dye turned out kind of, well, in person it looks more navy almost, but not, or maybe like dark gray. It's hard to get the cotton to really take up the dark dyes sometimes. That's why my Cloak of Dreams, which is this, and Vampire King don't look as dark. I feel like as on the other bases. Also, like I'm still trying to work on what exactly those colorways want to look like. Oh no, a tangle, yes. Thankfully, with a worsted weight mini, I feel like it's just small enough that I feel safe doing it without something to like hold the yarn like this. But even of a fingering weight mini or a full skein, I would bust out my yarn umbrella, which is apparently what it's called, I think. So I found out that I when I bought a yarn winder, I had to buy two parts, the yarn winder and the yarn umbrella. I think I'll probably let you go after I wind this third skein. But I'm going to do the I'm going to practice with this yarn to see how far it goes with the stitch that I want to teach people, which is basically just kind of a mesh stitch, like chain fives, single crochet, chain fives, single crochet, and then when you turn, you keep chaining five, but like the single crochets are in the center of the chain five loops, so it kind of alternates. And I'm also going to be talking to people about, you know, since these will mostly be pagans, like how ways that I work this craft into my like witchy and pagan devotional practice. So I'm looking forward to talking about that. Oh, cool! Yeah, cotton is one of my um, favorite too. Now that I've learned how to, I'm starting to learn how to work with it. Of course, I found that I just love plant fibers, and I mean I kind of love all fibers unless they're, well, some fibers I can't really wear as much because I have sensitive skin, but just like knowing that plant fibers are going to be I guess a really strong ally when I want to wear things that I feel like I look good in, but also don't kill me in the summer heat because they breathe more. Also, like it has been fun to see the more vibrant colors, like the bright colors are seem to do better on cotton than my other base. Okay, this is the prototype for that workshop I was talking about, and then I'll also see if I can do cakes with these three. But it's kind of fun to see like how there are certain bits where the dye just didn't get all the way in, and I try hard to like get mostly complete coverage in the pan, but I'm starting to just kind of lean into it and just go, well, that's just part of the way that my yarn looks. Oh, it was the goat. My computer is like, my camera is like, oh, you want me to focus on faces, right? So yeah, some yarn is too itchy or too hot. Yep. Sometimes, like, I have a lot of sensory issues with my skin, and sometimes I'm just like, why do I need skin right now? Can I just hang it up in the closet and put it on a day when it doesn't hurt? But yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna go. These are all the things that you cut off of the yarn that keep it from tangling. But yeah, thanks for hanging out and hearing about my news and updates. Next Thursday, there's not going to be a live, and there might I might not be doing Thursday night lives anymore for the reasons that I said earlier, but I am planning to start doing those. Like I'm going to turn the Pride Lip the stickers that I did into charts, and so we can so I'll offer those as free patterns, and then also the next lives we can just kind of go through each of those to kind of as a crochet along. So yeah, thanks. Yeah, have a wonderful the witchy rest of your day too. Have a goat day.